everyone, and welcome to the November Advocacy update from the Engagement Institute. I want to open with thanking everyone for coming along and attending and contributing to a really wonderful annual conference in Melbourne. We're still buzzing about it here back at the office and looking forward to all of your feedback on how do we make it even better for next year. As you would have noticed, we do continue to elevate year on year in terms of our delivery of the conference. And there's so many thank yous, so many people I want to thank, and I'm so worried about missing somebody out that I won't go into the list. But believe me, everybody who's contributed is just, we're so grateful for everything that you've done for us, including our wonderful sponsors who are there year on year. So, as you can imagine with the conference, there really hasn't been a lot going on in the advocacy space, but what we have done, I think, is quite significant. So here in Australia, we completed a submission to the Productivity Commission, which was a comment on their interim report, Investing in Cheaper, Cleaner Energy and the Net Zero Transformation. And so our premise was really improving community engagement will assist in speeding up approvals processes and increase public trust in the transition. Our submission made some practical suggestions for how the Commission's recommendations can be implemented, such as advocating for enforceable national engagement standards, embedding engagement in regional planning, broadening access to social risk data, and requiring proponents to demonstrate engagement maturity through independent tools such as EngageMark. We further recommend embedding engagement expertise in key agencies and roles to ensure that engagement informs all priority projects. Other key points outlined in the submission included engagement as the social infrastructure of the transition, speeding up approvals for new energy infrastructure, introduce national environmental standards, and we have done some advocacy work around this before, facilitate regional planning, provide greater access to information, co-design national standards for engagement, and focus on priority projects, possibly through establishing specialist strike teams. We reiterated in our submission that engagement builds community trust in government by building social cohesion, helps to ensure that government policies, programs and projects provide genuine social benefits to the community, provides communities, including our First Nations peoples, the opportunity to input into projects providing valuable local knowledge, and provides government with additional evidence to inform decision making. So as always, you can read our submissions and letters on our website, and there's a link to the submission on our website. Over in New Zealand, we've recently written to the CEO of the New Zealand Infrastructure Commission, Te Waihanga, following the recent release of their paper, Insights for Major Project Delivery. The paper asked the question, in the context of engagement, how can we learn from international best practice? And they looked further overseas for those examples. So we took the opportunity to showcase that in many ways, Australia and New Zealand are already leading international best practice engagement, with mature models of engagement practice operating across both jurisdictions. New Zealand's engagement with iwi is especially mature and well developed and has embedded a culture of quality engagement practice across New Zealand. We certainly supported the development of a standardised cross-agency engagement framework, noting that they have embedded some of our existing frameworks and models, and welcomed the opportunity to partner with Te Waihanga on advocating for standards that can be implemented across the infrastructure sector. We also shared with them our focus on strategic engagement and those 5 policy calls to action. The opportunity that EngageMark presents, which is an organisational engagement maturity certification tool, and training and capability building. We look forward to meeting with them to discuss more, and we hope that they accept our invitation to a meeting. I know our New Zealand directors are very keen to have a chat. And again, you can read the full letter to them on the link. So just a little bit about those 5 policy calls to action. These are included in our advocacy resources. So one, embed engagement professionals as technical experts on advisory groups. Two, a clear and consistent definition of engagement. Three, set and maintain minimum standards for engagement. Four, elevate engagement to the strategic level. And five, link the requirement for engagement to funding. Again, they're all up on our website as well. We're very excited to launch the latest in our Thought Leadership Report series. This is Elevating Engagement Maturity, Strategies and Practical Tips for Organisations. And the authors are our wonderful Dr. Emanuela Savini and Desley Renton. You can find this report as a free downloadable on our website. It examines organisational contexts and what is required to embed engagement practice in an ongoing and sustained manner to elevate the organisation's engagement maturity. The report outlines 5 interrelated pillars of engagement capacity building. These are policy, people, practice, culture, and performance. It is well worth the read. Click on the link, and you can also join us for a webinar with the authors on the 25th of November. All you have to do is register on the link. So thank you for a wonderful year. I look forward to continuing to update you with our advocacy news, and just a special shout out to our government relations advisor, Louise Crossman, who also joined us at the conference to add to the conversation about how do we elevate engagement and how do we advocate for it. Goodbye for now.